As we all know, going to sea is the only way for many Chinese brands to develop and grow. However, after choosing to settle in overseas e-commerce platforms, many people often think that this step has been completed. They will only sell goods on e-commerce platforms and look forward to the continuous growth of orders. However, in fact, local brands in overseas markets usually operate through multiple channels, including platforms, category independent stations, and community operations. These channels are not only channels for selling products, but also places for brands to accumulate user assets and transmit brand information and value. For example, Yes Welder is a relatively unpopular Chinese welding machine brand, focusing on the design and manufacture of welding machines, welding caps and accessories that welding enthusiasts like. On Black Friday, the brand's sales in North America increased by 253% year-on-year. On the one hand, the brand relies on the advantages of the domestic supply chain, and on the other hand, through the independent station community operation and content operation, it has successfully went abroad and become an overseas entry-level welding machine brand. This has a lot to do with the habits of users in overseas markets. For example, in Europe and the United States, users like to buy goods through brand independent stations. At the same time, the brand can also accumulate a large number of users' shopping preferences and habits through independent stations, precipitate user data, and carry out personalized marketing and operation for users. Of course, brands will also choose between cross-border e-commerce platforms and independent stations. For example, the Labubu Lucky Cat hanging card sold by Bubble Mart in Japan. In terms of channels, Papa Mart not only chooses online cross-border e-commerce platforms, but also through overseas independent station channels, and even offline retail stores, pop-up stores, robot stores, etc., to continuously attract consumers in different markets, in the form of a combination of punches. Similarly, the Korean brand Rail mainly promotes single products, with 100% organic cotton concept sanitary napkins, and accumulates a large amount of user data through the brand's independent station. Based on the further mining of user needs, the brand expands SKU from sanitary napkins to physiological underwear, and physiological period step by step around the user's physiological cycle scenario, special facial cleanser, etc. In a word, the entry of brands into overseas e-commerce platforms is only the first step to enter the sea. If you really want to go to sea, in terms of channels alone, there is still a lot of room for brands to do. We need to pay more attention to the operation and strategic deployment of the brand in various channels to better develop and expand our brand.